When I came out to my parents, I was sat at the kitchen table with them, and my dad was there and my mum was there, and I told them I was a bender. And it just went silent, and my dad stormed out of the room in a really bad mood. And I thought, oh man, they hate me now. It's going to be weird around the house, because they're Catholic as well. I'm going to be the sinner of the family. And at that point, my dad came back into the room, and then he handed my mum £10. If you're a virgin for too long, like, you know there's a minimum age you can have sex at? There should be a maximum you have to have it by. If you're 20 and you've not lost your virginity, the government should get involved. Because sex is like chicken pox. If you don't get it when you're younger, it is going to scar you in later life. I actually bought my boyfriend Viagra for Christmas just to stiffen his wrist. Are you farting over there? I was like, aye, but don't worry about it, it's not under the covers. No, Larry, that's disgusting. If you're going to fart in the corner. Over there. Are you mental? Can any of you imagine anything more terrifying than waking up in the middle of the night and just seeing your partner just standing in the corner? Farting and staring at you. I'm doing this because of how much I love you, darling. I mean, you'd have to face them, right? You couldn't do it that way. I mean, that'd be too weird. Also, this bit at the beginning, I get to let the people watching at home find the subtitle button. This is why it's great gigging in Glasgow, like in Scotland as well. Just the fact that I don't have to watch too much what I say. Like, because usually if I do gigs in England, I can see audience members going, oh my God, I'm going to have to concentrate now. I'll just smile and nod, that'll be enough. And when Americans hear my accent, they're like, oh my God, you're from Scotland? I'm from Dublin as well. But now that I'm gigging in Scotland, you're just looking at me going, are you Catholic or Protestant? Prep pills are pills that you can take that stop you from contracting HIV. Oh, I love telling straight people. Because they might not say anything, but you can see it in their eyes. They're going, are you telling me the gays defeated God? It's amazing. You feel so arrogant during sex, couple of pills before, looking at the ceiling going, yeah, God, your pills isn't going to work on us anymore. Sorry, Satan, we'll be late. All you need to do is you take 2 pills 1 hour before you have sex, which is a long time to wait in the park, but we're working on that. So I was having a wank in Dubai. It's a good place to masturbate, and I was just outside having some lunch, lowered my cutlery and went, it's time. That's enough vitamin D, time for some vitamin me. And I went up to my room, right, and I sat at the side of the bed, and I opened up my laptop to watch some gay porn, because I'm gay. Oh, sorry, did that hit you, by the way? Oh, all right, oh, God, oh, that's how you catch it. One bit of a party pop and you're like, cock. I was so worried that was not going to pop. I don't think there's anything sadder than when a party popper doesn't pop. You know when like the party popper pops, but the party stays inside. Put that down there. Okay. So I was trying. So I was trying to watch some Welcome to the Homosexual Community, and are you nodding? Are you already a member? Rainbow socks. Yeah. Look, all right. Yeah. So having your badge on your chest is such a straight person thing to do. Like, I love how you go for the socks as well as if someone going, "Hey, are you gay?" Yeah. Look at this. Good for you having the rainbow socks. Actually, who is gay? Oh, cool. Like 5 or 6 of us, cool. And are you human? All right. Can I borrow one of those socks? I hope you've got tomorrow off. This might take a while. Right, so I opened up my laptop, tried to watch some of the gay porn because I'm gay, and I don't need to keep clarifying that. I don't think anybody will watch this and think, oh, he's straight, but he watches gay porn. Very progressive of you. Well done. But I was trying to watch some gay porn, but I couldn't because it was blocked. It's illegal to be gay in Dubai, right? Which is actually weird. There's gay bars in Dubai. Not gay bars, prisons. But since the gay porn was blocked, I had to watch some of the straight stuff. Long-time listener, first-time caller. It's very weird watching straight porn as a gay Catholic. I was wanking and I was thinking, my dad would be so proud of me right now. It's a weird thing though, because I actually don't blame people in Dubai for being homophobic because they've kind of been brainwashed into thinking that way. Like, because I used to be homophobic. I hated myself for ages because I got brought up as a Catholic and I thought homosexuality was wrong and evil. Now I just think it's naughty. I think most gay people have that thing of getting over the initial shame of it. Like, my shame run deep, by the way, because I was so Catholic and so ashamed of who I was that I thought of going to a Pray the Gay Away camp. And I know, but you know what you think of Pray the Gay Away camps? It's weirdly a catchy name. The name sounds gay friendly. Like, oh, you're going to pray the gay away? Not today, but okay. That thing of if something rhymes, people think it's true. I think if the word gay was a word that had no rhyme, there wouldn't be as many camps for it. If the word gay was like a word like orange that has no rhyme, there wouldn't be as many camps. Also, if gay people were called orange people, we'll get more pride parades in Scotland and Northern Ireland. But Pray the Gay Away camps, they are so weird, man, right? And you can look this up when you go home, right? What they do is they measure you using a Kinsey scale, which is a scale of 1 to 6 of how gay you are. It's like, who measures anything 1 to 6? It's either 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. What must have happened is, it was originally 1 to 5. And somebody's turned up and they were just so gay. Oh my God, he's a 6. It truly is the number of the beast. Just some guy looking like an inflatable man outside of a car dealership. Like, so glad I didn't go, obviously, but also I'm glad I didn't go, because if I went and it worked, that'd be awful. Because coming out of the closet is quite difficult, but going back in, that must be a mission. I remember actually, see when I was, back when I was straight, loads of my mates used to call me a big poofter, and as soon as I came out as gay, they just stopped calling me it. I could not be straight again. I wouldn't be able to handle the homophobia. After the shame thing you get over, then you have the... gay people tend to have an identity crisis. The ones I know, I had an identity crisis. Basically, before I came out as gay, I was like, I have to be as straight acting as possible. Right? You know, that straight acting thing, right? And then as soon as I came out as gay, I was like, oh, I can be myself. And I was like, who am I? So then I went really far the other way and I tried to be camp, and I used to like go around with my wrists down, and I know I don't look camp, I just look ill. I did that for a while and I got to go to Disneyland for free, so it wasn't all bad. But nobody thought I was gay, right? So I started putting my bum out as well. That's my problem. If I was camp, I would just look like a dinosaur. Just walking down the road like that. Oh, there's a sail on. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. Just going like that there. Stay still. His vision is based on movement. Are you okay? Okay, cool. Sorry. How was my flirting? Was that all right? Can I see your socks? Sometimes I'll do gigs, right, and I've done quite a few which they will not be able to comprehend that a gay relationship can have the same dynamic as a straight one. They'll be like, what? A man and a man being the same as a man and a woman? No, which one of you stays in the kitchen all day? Few of those gigs, right, spring to mind, but one in particular, right, because it was, at the time, probably the worst gig I'd ever done. It was about 7 years ago, but it ended up being the best gig I've ever done, right? Because I lost all my confidence after it, and I was going to give up comedy, and my agent was like, before you give up comedy, why don't you speak to that nice Irish director loads of people use? And that's how I met my best good friend Paul, because he started directing my shows, and then we became best friends from there. So weirdly, I'm really happy I did a horrendous gig, because I got my best friend out of it. But it was a gig in Halifax in Northern England land, and it was a British Legion gig. Good. You could all book comedy better than the person that booked for that gig. I have no idea why they thought I would be a good shout for that one, right? And I was on stage, right? And I was going all right. And then I started talking about my boyfriend at the time, but I didn't even say, like, anything. It was just kind of relationships jokes. It wasn't anything particularly bummy. And immediately they stopped laughing and just didn't make any noise, almost like I better not laugh. Because if I laugh, people are going to start thinking I'm gay as well. So since they weren't laughing, I thought I'll have to change my tactic here. And I pointed at that guy in the front row and went, "You're right, mate, what's your name?" He went, "Mike." And I went, "Hi, I'm Mike. What do you do?" And he goes, "I'm in the Navy." And when he said that, I'm thinking, I better not say the joke I was going to say originally to that. I'll try and move away from it. It was almost like a comedian equivalent of the floor is lava. It's got so many traps around. And I was like, wow, Mike, that's a really interesting job. What made you get into that? And he goes, well, my dad was in the Navy. And I was like, oh, great, cool. And what did your other dad work as? Thanks, right? Thanks. He got fuck all that night. The only laugh was the gremlin in my brain going, after the gig, right, me and the female act left, right? There was a female act on as well. She didn't have a good gig. It tends to be the same thing. If people don't like women, they don't like gay men. You know what I mean? You know, homophobia, I always think there's a lot of it that is actually just campophobia. It's a fear of femininity. It's like, because you never ever see a homophobe that's a feminist. You know what I mean? You never go, oh, I can't stand gay people, but women should be treated with respect. So I waited for her. We walked out after the show, and then Mike was waiting for us to give us some feedback, right? And Mike came up to me afterwards, and he went up to me and he was like, oh, he was little, that's why I'm doing that. And he was like, listen, mate, and you know, he did, you know that thing, right? Overcompensation of masculine energy from the neck area, just like, why does nobody take my opinion seriously? People just keep throwing bread at me. It's like, listen, mate, I don't mind the gays. And I'm thinking, yeah, of course you don't, with your head bob, and you'd be welcome in my community. And he goes, but why do you have to tell us that you're gay, mate? Why are you telling us that you're gay? It's fucking boring, right? And it was basically along those lines, because boring was repeated about 4 or 5 times, right? And I was thinking, I'm not enjoying this conversation in particular, and it's not like I'm ever going to change this guy's mind, so I thought, you know what? I'll just scare him. And I think, as a Glaswegian, right, we've all got a face switch we can do. And that's what I did on him, right? I went, listen, mate, right, I'm not telling you that I'm gay, I'm warning you. The feedback was over pretty pronto at that point. And you've probably had the same thing happen yourself, though, right? You know when you're brave in the moment and then afterwards you start getting scared? So that's what happened, right? I was brave enough at the time, and then afterwards I was ruminating about what he'd said, and I was thinking, oh, maybe I am boring, maybe I am shit. And that's when I started losing all my confidence. But as I say, that's when I got to meet my best good friend Paul. So it's a really good thing that it happened. Also, the thing is, I don't know if you work with your best friend. The problem is with working with any friend is you don't tend to get much work done. Like, me and Paul will start writing jokes together, and then one of us will do like a Simpsons quote, and the rest of the day is Simpsons quotes to each other, and that's like one of our in-jokes. Like, we always put Simpsons references in my shows. Like, he's directed all of them, and we always put little Simpsons jokes in, even if the audience don't find them funny. But it's because we have to listen to the show back, and we get to go, that's all I got. Tom Hanks jokes as well, because we both love Tom Hanks, because we're both human. I know it's really weird telling people about in-jokes with your friends, because usually when you tell someone an in-joke of you and your friends have, they kind of look at you like, hey, yeah, whatever. But in-jokes are the best type of jokes, right? Because in-jokes are the only type of joke that you can have with someone, and they're special for you, and also they help build a friendship or a relationship with that person. And even comedians, right, no matter how experienced the comedian, how funny they are, they can never do as good an in-joke as you can have with your best friend. And I find that really weird, right? Also, comedians try and do it, right? The one example of a comedian trying to do an in-joke is a thing called a callback, right? If you don't know what a callback is, right, basically, what a comedian will do is they'll mention something earlier in the show and then later call back to it with a joke. And you guys, the audience, right, and that's what we call you in the business, by the way,
are supposed to hear this in-joke and be like, oh my lord. Yeah, me and Paul have actually always wanted to do a call forward, which the opposite of a call back, right? So the funny bit comes first, but there's no meaning for it. And then later you give it some context, just so people get to go, why did you make life difficult for yourself? That was pointless. But it's just because of perception and changing it is quite fun. But yeah, I know it's weird me telling about me and my best friends in-jokes, but I think the only time it's easy to tell someone an in-joke is when it's a nickname, because that's set up like a joke, because you get to go, this person's this, called this because of this. So it's like set up punchline. Like I've got nicknames myself. My nickname is Larry, because my real name is actually Lawrence. Yeah, I know. I didn't want to call myself Lawrence-Dean because I didn't want people knowing I was gay before I got on the stage. And I says this to my pals, right? And my pals were like, oh, cool. And now they all call me Gary, short for Gay Larry. It's not the best nickname though, right? My group of mates, right, one of them's called Rachel, and Rachel's nickname is Doorbell because she's got no knockers. But that's the kind of banter you have with your friends. If you love your friends, you can slag them off a bit and they don't mind because they know your intentions are good. Me and my partner, we don't do nicknames. No, we just do arguments. And... I got in a relationship during COVID, and I met my boyfriend through a friend, but it wasn't like in a gay bar or on Grindr. Gay bars in Glasgow though, like they tend to be more intimidating than in other cities. Like if you go to a gay bar in Glasgow and you drop your phone, you're just gonna have to kick it home. The thing is, it's also like during lockdown, it's a difficult time to get in a relationship because you're trapped in the same house. It's like The Shining every single day. And we had arguments, because every couple argues, unless you're creepy. You know those couples that you meet, they never argue, and they glide up to you at parties being like, we never ever argue. Looking at them and you're thinking, one of you is going to be on the news someday. But I'm trying to do that as well. Also, because, like, you know what? By the way, in case any straight people are wondering, because a lot of my straight mates are like, oh, you're in a relationship with another guy. Oh, man, that must be better. You must just watch football and bum all day. It's like, no, I wish. Every relationship has the exact same dynamic. Whether you're gay or straight, it's always the same dynamic. Every relationship is always made up of an organised person and a disorganised person. And I can see who's in a relationship because you're now looking at each other going, you'd be living in a bin if it wasn't for me. The reason why you get together is because organised people are attracted to disorganised. Because the first time they see them, they fall for a trick. Because they go, wow, they're so laid back. They must have everything organised. And then a few months passes, the smoke screen leaves you, and you're just left going, how are you not dead yet? And by this point, it's too late, because you're thinking, I wonder if I should break up with them, because I thought they'd be organised, but in fact they're disorganised, and I'm having to organise my life and their life. I'm exhausted, I haven't slept ever since I met them. Oh my, maybe I should break up with them. I can't break up with them, I've made plans for us both. It's going to totally ruin that spreadsheet I made for us. But
I'm the disorganized one in the relationship. You probably can tell. Big surprise. But you can usually tell, if you can't tell which one you are, organised people usually give themselves away in an argument, right? Because if you're like, organised people, by the way, I love you. But you're organised. No, I need you. I need you in my life. But when organised people are in arguments, and I'm sorry for this next bit, but in arguments, you're so sweet. I don't want to say anything bad about organised people, and please do. Okay, cool. Fucking bitch. You're American as well, yeah? Oh, cool. I could hear from your accent. Yeah, I know. I love as well. I called you a bitch and you laughed and you're almost in a kind of American kind of thing of, oh my God, Scottish culture. Come on, get on with it and call me a cunt. Come on. In arguments, organised people have this ability that freaks disorganised ones out. In an argument, organised people do the thing of they don't have to argue about things at the time. They can store them up. It's almost like they've got a box in their brain. Oh, I didn't like that comment there. It's not big enough for an argument now, though. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the comment that you just said, I'm going to put it into this box, and then when we have a big argument, that'll be the ammo. There's no room for context in the box, I'm afraid. Intent doesn't fit in there either. I'm getting used to the thing of being in a relationship because I've been single for like a year and a half, and that's what I want. I was like, I want to be in a relationship. I want to get called special by somebody and them not do the air quotes. Oh man, there's one thing you have to learn in a relationship, I've noticed, is when your partner comes home from work and tells you about their day. That's fine. Don't mind that at all. But you know when they start telling you about the person that they work with that they don't like? And the number one rule is you have to take your partner's side. Even though the other person is probably right. But in order for you to take your partner's side, your partner, when they're quoting that other person, will give them the bitchiest voice ever. They'll be like, oh God, you never guess what Sandra said to me today. I was like, hi Sandra, can you please take your stuff out of the fridge? Because it is actually my fridge. And you wouldn't believe what Sandra said to me then. She was all like, that's my injections and I've got diabetes. And I was like, oh, but Sandra, please, it's getting in the way of my sticky toffee pudding. It's inconvenient. And you wouldn't believe what Sandra said then. She was all like, excuse me, I don't want to die today. And you're listening to this, and you're thinking, if you were to read the transcript of that conversation, you'd be like, I think Sandra had a point here. But you can't say that, because who knows what voice they would give to you. That's one of the main rules of the relationship. I never expected as well to go out with a posh person with a job. Well, my mum's very posh. She's a posh Scot. My mum talks like this. If you've never heard a posh Scot talk before, it is like this. So my mum sounds like a whale. She's one of those posh people that don't seem to have any bones. Like, you know the ones you see them like gliding through Waitrose, like. I have to do that again because you won't know what Waitrose is in America. Gliding through the mall. My mum's so I love her laugh though, right? Her laugh's amazing. And I know you're not going to think it's that amazing compared to other ones. had tonight. Amazing if it was actually just somebody with a YouTube video on repeat of just somebody falling down a well. You just turn the lights on, it's just a truck reversing. But my mum's laugh is so funny, right? Because she only ever gives you one ha, and then her voice is extraordinary. It's just hee. So easy to find her at a party. Hee. Sorry, that's your mum or a carbon monoxide detector. Sometimes you get a few ha's off of her. She'll be going, hee, 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 hee. I can never find her at the supermarket. I've only ever seen my mum laugh her head off a few times. All the ha's come together very quickly. Like, my dad was sat next to me and goes, Jesus, Mary, you sound like a metal detector. My dad's working class. I actually don't know what I am because my dad raised me working class in a middle class household. Basically, we had a cleaner, but we stole from her. But they are very funny. They've got good banter, my parents. Like, you know that mate, right? My parents are this, right? You know that mate that if they think you're wrong about anything, they'll bet you £10 on it, being like, oh no, mate, you're completely wrong. Bet you a tenner. They bet on elections, which makes it more interesting when it's not going your way. At least, like, they always vote Conservative though. And obviously I'm not a fan, right? And I did try and change my mum's mind. I was like, Mum, why are you voting Conservative? And Mum was like, well, Larry, when you get older, you become more right-wing. That's why I think the Conservatives never win in Scotland. We do not live long enough. But they are very Catholic, though. That's probably why they vote that way. Because my mum and dad are Catholic, and I'm Catholic as well. And obviously not a good Catholic now. Now I'm just an overqualified altar boy. So I hope I didn't offend any pedos in the audience with that joke. It's something you have to worry about is offending people now, isn't it? You have to worry about offending them. And the thing is, I actually wanted to be a squeaky clean comedian for a long time. Genuinely, I really wanted to. Or I can do it now. Right, hold on. I wanted to be this guy. Right, here we go. Yeah, right, here we go. I wanted to be this comedian. I wanted to be a London observational comedian. I tell you what's busy, guys. The underground. Where is everybody going? You could take a car, couldn't you? But a congestion charge, get lost. Well, I was in King's Cross the other day, and I was like, King's Cross? Why doesn't the Queen cheer him up then? London observational comic. Hope you enjoyed him. He'll be back later. By the way, Scottish people, do you know that English people tend to think we're backwards? It's so weird, because when I moved down to England,
loads of Londoners were like, oh my God, have you just moved down from Glasgow to London to escape homophobia? Are you a gay refugee in London?
As the Scottish people are not homophobic, we've got a rule in this country. It's either you're a good cunt or a bad cunt. Your race, your gender, your sexual orientation doesn't play a part in it. But if you try and make that play a part in somebody else, you're a bad cunt. That's how we work it. It's a really simple system. I think, though, Scottish people just love proving other people wrong. We love it so much. I think we probably used to be homophobic, and then somebody told us that we were. We're like, all right, you think we're homophobic? I'm going to have sex with this man just to prove England's wrong.
O flower of Scotland, and will we see?
We don't even need to use the word gay in Scotland. We've got... Scottish people have this strange ability. They can describe somebody as a homosexual by using any noun. All right, is that guy a bit of a blueberry? There's a set of maracas over there. English people can do it, but they can only use activities to describe somebody as gay.
Be like, oh God, he's the kind of guy who likes to leave the windows open.
Oh, Barry loves a fundraiser.
Bet you wear your slippers round the house.
I moved down to England a long time ago. I moved back and I had to live with my parents again. And oh man, the banter was too much. I had to move out again. See, living with my mum, that's the thing, right? My mum would take the piss out of me, which I'm fine with because I'd make fun of her voice. Because me and my mum don't always see eye to eye because hers at the side of her head. Whale joke. But my mum loves making fun of my stammer. I've got a stammer. Sometimes I have it. It just comes out randomly. It's trying to see why I'm good at doing voices, because I had to cover up my stammer for ages. And my mum loves the fact I've got a stammer. I was on the phone to her yesterday, right, and she was at the shops. I was like, Mum, are you at the shops? I was like, yeah, I'm at the shops. What do you want? It's like, can you get me a sandwich and a muffin? Okay, I'll get you a sandwich and 23 muffins.
So I was in an airport, and it was Abu Dhabi airport, and I was on my way out of the airport, and when I was on my way out, an Abu Dhabi security guard pointed at me and went, "You come here." Obviously not in my accent, in the Abu Dhabi accent. I'm not going to do the Abu Dhabi accent. Also, it'd be a difficult impersonation to do because we don't really know that much about Abu Dhabi. Like, all we tend to know is it's a corrupt regime and the difference between rich and poor is huge. So I'll just make him English. So the Abu Dhabi security guard pointed at me and went, "You come here." "Hop along, old boy, gonna search your bags, don't mind if I do." And he opened up my suitcase and he took out a bottle of CBD oil. CBD oil, if you don't know, part of a marijuana plant, but it's legal here because it's not the fun bit of the plant. But the way they see it in Abu Dhabi is very different. He went, "Oh dear. Drugs." And I couldn't deny it was drugs because the label had a picture of a dog wearing sunglasses. And at this point, I'm shitting myself because we also know about Abu Dhabi, not very lenient. And the other thing I thought was like, oh my God, because I felt so embarrassed because I thought of all the things to go to jail for in Abu Dhabi, CBD oil. What made it worse, right? It was vape liquid. So uncool, right? I smoke e-cigarettes and I think I'm a fanny. I'd rather get 50 years for having cigarettes on me that were illegal, because at least it'd be a bit sexy, you know. I think cigarettes are cool, man. You can chat somebody out of a cigarette. You can be like, hey, have you got a lighter? What can you do with an e-cigarette? Do you like the smell of custard? When the Abu Dhabi security guard took the bottle of CBD aside, I'm now thinking, uh-oh, what else is in my suitcase that's illegal? Because I know that that's illegal. I know that I'm illegal. It's the first time in my life I've ever been worried that I packed a twink. And then he took out prep pills. Right, prep pills, if you don't know, right, a couple of people know what they are, right? Prep pills are pills that you can take that stop you from contracting HIV. Oh, I love telling straight people. Because they might not say anything, but you can see it in their eyes. They're going, are you telling me the gays defeated God? It's amazing. You feel so arrogant during sex, couple of pills before, looking at the ceiling going, yeah, God, your pills isn't going to work on us anymore. Sorry, Satan, we'll be late. All you need to do is you take 2 pills 1 hour before you have sex, which is a long time to wait in the park, but we're working on that. I mean, it's so weird that people haven't heard about prep pills. Like, it's kind of most gay people know about them now, but most of my straight mates only know about like HIV stuff from like films, like Philadelphia usually. Like, if you've not seen Philadelphia though, definitely watch it. It's fucking brilliant. It's an amazing film. It's got Tom Hanks in it, so you know it's good. And anything with Tom Hanks, you always think, yeah, safe pair of hands there, yeah. And it's an American courtroom drama, so you know it's good as well. Because if it's American court, it's cool. If it's British court, it's not cool. Like, Americans are so much better at portraying court stuff, like, because they make their lawyers seem really cool. American lawyers can wear cowboy hats, snazzy suits, going up to the jury, being like, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I think we're going to have to listen to the judge on this one. Above all that, we got to listen to Jesus. Or you can get that young, aggressive lawyer being like, hey, Your Honor, I object. Yeah. And they did that teeth thing Americans do. Yeah. Like, American teeth are so straight and white, you'd swear their mouth was a Brexit voter. Is nothing like American court, right? Our lawyers, they don't wear cowboy hats, obviously. They wear wigs, which I don't understand anyway, because you're making them look stupid. Surely if you think the person's committed the crime, make them look stupid. Surely we should make them wear a wig. We wouldn't need all this MI5 database stuff. You know what I mean? Like, oh, who's the paedophile in your area? Oh, the guy in the pink afro. And what about the blue afro? Oh, that's the terrorist. Much better way of working it. And our lawyers, they don't wear snazzy suits. Our lawyers wear gowns, and they don't even say, Your Honour, right? They say, My Lord. Which makes every crime in UK court sound as if it was just a wee bit naughty. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord, he murdered everybody. I don't know what we're going to do with him, my Lord. May I approach the bench? My Lord, if I was you, I'd find the defendant sexy.
sentence him to 10 minutes inside me. Don't worry, you'll only serve 5. Especially for bad behaviour.
I was like, why are you taking my prep pills? And the Abu Dhabi security guard was like,
Oh, well, HIV is illegal in Abu Dhabi.
I was like, first of all, I'm thinking HIV is illegal in Abu Dhabi. I'm like, who's smuggling AIDS? If there's one thing you just wouldn't hide up your bum. And when he put my prep pills aside, right, I'm thinking, oh, is there anything else in my suitcase? He didn't look for the rest of it. He just went,
Go into that room over there.
so I went into the room,
Over there.
and it was a big, long room with lots of different cubicles in it, but none of the cubicles had toilets in them, just handprints on the wall. You had exactly the same perception I had at that moment. If you go into a room and there's painted handprints on the wall, there's only 2 places you can be. Either bum search area or a nursery. Right, okay. So I was in the Abu Dhabi security bit, right? And I had my hands up on the handprints, and this was a moment that I probably was disassociating, because I remember obviously being in that situation. I was looking at my handprint, and I was thinking, okay, if they go up my bum here, what I'll do is I'll lower one of my hands slowly, and I'll just think about the scene in Titanic when they're having sex in the car. And I was really nervous about this bum search, right? Because I thought of all the bum searches I could ever get, this will be the most painful one, because it's an Abu Dhabi bum search. Because I've got terrible women's rights, terrible gay rights. They'll have the worst lube in the world. They wouldn't have anal lube, I mean, that's for sure. If you haven't heard of anal lube, highly recommend it, it's amazing. Right, so... Honestly, anal lube is so good. I'm convinced if I slathered my car in anal lube, I could park it in my cupboard. So and I'm there waiting for this bum search, just looking at one hand, and I'm thinking, no, just look at the hand, look at the hand. And they just patted me down. They didn't even lower my trousers, so I should have known there wasn't really going to be a bum search if they didn't lower my trousers. They just patted me all the way down, and when they patted me down, they said, please turn around, sir. And I turned around, and the Abu Dhabi security guard said, right, that's the search over. Go into the office and sit down and don't say a word. So I went to the office and I sat down and didn't say a word. And 2 security guards then came into the office and sat at the other side of a desk, and I'm at the other side on this kind of long couch thing, and they started typing stuff out on the computer, right? I did say something at this point because I needed to know what was going on, and I went, what's happening here, right? And the security guard looked at me and then went back to writing out what he was putting, and I'm thinking, fuck, I'm going to jail here. They can't even say it to me. This is going to be terrible. And I thought, well, I need to let people know that I'm here, right? And I thought, I've got a few options here. Either I could text my boyfriend at the time, he might know a good lawyer, or I could text Paul and he'll make me laugh, or I could text my mum and dad and they'll get really stressed. So I text Paul because I thought, I just want to have a laugh. And that's the best option in order to have a laugh. So I text Paul and I said, hey man, I'm in Abu Dhabi airport at the moment. I've been detained by the police for smuggling drugs. And 2 security guards nearly went up my bum. Paul replied with, I hope you repaid the favour. And I said, I don't think I could handle 2 at once. And then Paul sent me a picture of, there's a bit in The Simpsons when Homer gets his hand stuck in 2 vending machines. Looking at my phone and I'm laughing my head off. I must have looked like the most arrogant prisoner these security guards have ever seen me, just being like, yeah, whatever, yeah, 20, 30 years, whatever, this meme is worth it. And you probably know what the end of this story is, right? Because I'm obviously not in Abu Dhabi prison at the moment. They let me go, right? I hope none of you are sitting there going, oh, I wonder if he gets killed at the end. Apparently he goes to jail in Abu Dhabi for 40 years and he comes back and finishes the show later. But they basically, what's it called? I had to sign a thing, right? But it was all in Arabic, so I didn't know what I was signing. But the security guards went, sir, if you sign that, you can leave. And I was like, leave? Love that word. And I signed my name, and he said, oh, so we need your fingerprints. I put my thumbprint down as well, and I gave them that. And I found out off people later of what I had signed was an admission of guilt. So basically, I've admitted to smuggling drugs into Abu Dhabi, and my punishment is I'm no longer allowed to smuggle drugs into Abu Dhabi. Their law system is very fair, to be honest. I don't think I'll be going back anytime soon. I'm going to go to Qatar or somewhere nicer like that.